Hi, yesterday was Christmas, and we were getting out a table to have a big old Christmas dinner with our neighbors and with our family. And I threw my back out carrying it, so I'm feeling very apathetic about doing work today. Anyway, today I want to go over the 19 best logo redesigns of 2023. I've never heard of this website, and this definitely seems like the kind of article that was just AI written, and I have no proof for or against that, but the fact that the author doesn't give their last name kind of swings me in that direction. Basically, I want to give you my opinions on these redesigns, let you know what I think about them. There's certainly been some design trends in logos and things like that that have been throwbacks to like the late 80s, early 90s. And so I want to see what logos have changed this year and see if there's anything we can look forward to in the years to come, or if design trends are getting worse. Pepsi. I like the Pepsi redesign. It's like one of those throwback designs.
You've got a lot to live, and Pepsi's got a lot to give.
I never really liked when Pepsi went with this design. I actually made my own Pepsi redesign maybe a year back. I think this is really good. I think it keeps simple design principles. I like the slightly altered font. I think it looks pretty good for what it is. I like the color change back. Those colors are so undersaturated in the old logo. I think it looks really good. Wise. I wasn't aware of what Wise was until very recently. I think it's a mixed bag because obviously they kind of had like the Visa color scheme and they wanted to get away with that because they're like a payment transaction company for payments. Yeah. So why did they get so damn close to the actual Visa font on the right-hand side if they were moving away from the color scheme? I don't know. Green never looks good on white or black. I don't know. Hulu kind of pulls it off with their specific lime green shade. This is dull. This is like an actual lime color, not a lime green. It's weird. I don't really care for it. Also, they thickened up a lot of the lettering, and I'm not a fan of thick lettering, especially with small words. Like if you're going to create a design with it or manipulate it in some sort of way to give it style, I think that's cool, but it's just too thick for my liking. Don't take that out of context. 7-Up. I love the 7-Up redesign. One of my favorite things growing up was the 7-Up style billboards and things like that. I thought it was really cool, and I think 7-Up went back to their basic scheme before things got really muddied with extra additives and design language and things like that. I think everyone who has ever seen 7-Up, heard of 7-Up, will know that this is their logo, regardless if they have any experience with the brand prior to this can. I think it looks really slick. I like how they resaturated their colors properly. I think that's a trend that we're seeing already in this video. I think it looks really slick. The extension of the 7 with the beveled edge. I think that looks really cool. Let's see. Channel 4. I have no opinion on this. I think it reads as a 4. I think that's all you really want. I saw this towards the beginning of the year, and I have so many opinions on this. First off, it looks like it's trying to be like the Office logo, like the TV show The Office. But I get they were trying to like go for a flat, simple design, especially when you have two colors, dynamic colors like black and yellow. It's super hard to print on things because usually when you have black and yellow, the color you're trying to print on is white. And merchandise like white shirts, things like that don't tend to be as dynamic for a brand or give away things that are white. Obviously, it's seen as like cheap, like white t-shirts you'd buy at a Walmart or something like that. But I think this is a better logo than what they had before. I think that it's a little more dynamic with things you can do for it. I look forward to seeing how they use this in the future to like promote their events. Oh, look, they even have an example. That's pretty cool. It's dynamic. It looks more modern. I think you could play around with the dead space in it too. Hate this. Absolutely hate this. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Kia Y. This is like the Kia logo. I also corrected the Kia logo. Click the little eye thing. Was it? Would it be up here? Yeah, it's up here. Click the little eye thing. You can watch me fix the Kia logo. I hate it. This, like, making a minimalist logo isn't the same thing as just cutting portions out. Your logo could have been skinnied up and looked really dynamic. This is nearly illegible. If I didn't know what it was, it might be illegible for me. It looks like Have you ever seen the PlayStation ads where they like take the letters and play with it to make it look like the symbols on the number pad? That's what it looks like. This is the kind of thing I want to see more of. I'm so sick of seeing boring brand typeface and then a logo to the left, like a simplified word mark. I want something dynamic in the word mark. I want it to be cool. And I just don't have it here. I'm so glad they changed this. I have zero experience with this company, but it's well branded now. It wasn't well branded before. Like, that looks like Uber. Like, that could easily just be the Uber logo, and it looks dynamic and brand respective now with like the logo built into the L and the T without taking aspects away from those letters that are defining. Works really well. I like the color scheme change too. It looks like the Facebook Messenger logo to me on the old logo, so I like this a lot. I saw this one too in passing. It looks like they went from a more stylized logo down to something that they can print easier. I think this is also a throwback to their older style designs. It looks like Cooper font.
New 96-ounce bottle from Minute Maid.
Who's Kevin?
A new way to get a handle on your morning.
Is that a Microsoft font? A Cooper font? Yeah, I think YouTubers like Jax Films use it for their style reasons. But yeah, it's super simple. That was obviously the defining motif. It wasn't like the Green Hill connection. So they just simplified their brand down a little bit. Looks pretty good. I saw this too. I was super conflicted about this at first. I think it's a simplification for the same reason you see Minute Maid in the Sundance logo, in that it's a lot easier to pop things behind it if you're dealing with a one color logo. Even with negative space, like the white behind the blue in Fanta, I think that's super limiting as far as what you can do with merchandising opportunities and printing on different material. I think it's super dynamic in its color too. And it's kind of stays true to like the sizing of the letters and things. Like when I first saw it, I recognized it as Fanta, even though the colors aren't the same, the font's not the same. I think it's super original. Makes it a little more legible too. I like it. It looks like a Cartoon Network style logo. Johnson & Johnson. I would change my logo too if I was a billion-dollar corporation that just subsisted off of taking money from the average Americans in order to, I don't know, have your CEOs and executives do blow off each other. Fuck you, Johnson & Johnson. Glassdoor. I saw this design too. I like how they got towards a more stylistic color and a more stylistic typeface. I like it a lot. I wish that logo would come back in a maybe a thicker sense. I like the color. I like what they did with it. It's more original. I'd be able to identify it a lot easier. SiriusXM changed their logo, which is interesting because I feel like a lot of cars have SiriusXM printed on either like a little window sticker or something if they're SiriusXM compatible. So changing your logo this drastically is an interesting move, especially because the S looks like shit now. It's not good. Obviously, they want something that's a little more digital dynamic rather than print dynamic. They don't want to be a print old company. Probably streaming is a big part of their business model now. Whatever. This Webflow logo change. This is a solid one, for the simple reason of it doesn't look like Febreze anymore. I can live with this. I think you're working with something with your logo too. I don't really see where the flow of it is in Webflow, but I'm sure in subsequent iterations you can work it out. Dear God, this is bad. You had something. I like the Ds. I think the Ds are a little more original as far as like a comment bulb, but that logo is god awful. What's the mascot? Snoo? Snoo is their mascot? Oh yeah, it even says Snoo here. I swear I didn't read that. They ruined my boy. Why did they massacre my boy? And that's it. Those are apparently said by Oliver, the most dynamic logo changes or best logo changes. Some of them really suck though. I want to make a video going over the overall language of design and how it's changed to be more retro and simplistic over the past few years. Maybe in a future video. I just want this one to be simple. Love you guys. Subscribe. Actually, I don't love you. I have no idea who you are.